arrived. What is the civilization that Nemesis is introducing you to in this underground system?
I'm seeing lots of water everywhere, and they're asking me not to clear my throat, as this is a different frequency. This is a different land. This is a different space in time. And I'm able to come up and breathe above and see all the Matchu Picchu mountains. And I'm seeing all the stone faces. There are many faces in the stones. And I'm able to slip back under into the water again. You know, like a tadpole, Jill.
Yeah.
A tadpole, then it has little pieces, little hands growing out of it. I want to say hands, but that's what it looks like. The body of a tadpole with a tail. Oh, okay. They're showing me how they grow. These are amphibians. Amphibians.
Mm.
They are frog-like people with big, big flippers. And they're clapping. As they say, they've been waiting for us, they've been waiting for us, they've been waiting for us.
Mm.
And they're not slippery like frogs.
How
They have
tall are
big,
they?
big, huge, huge. When I went through a portal, when I was going in, and you were taking me through that tunnel, it was interesting because I saw a triangle, and then there was a circle in the triangle, and as soon as I went through that, I went through to the other side. And as soon as you said Machu Picchu, there was this gigantic, massive, massive being. Like they were standing at the top of the mountain, like the very tip of the highest point of Machu Picchu. And these amphibians are huge. They're over 12 foot, they're showing me.
Mm.
And there's 12 disciples, and they're calling themselves disciples. And they're applauding humanity. They're saying that in this vibration of my voice tone, there are crackles and cracks in the system. They want us to know that these systems that we know on the different social platforms are crackling right now, cracking. So they're asking, can you hear what the sound of my voice is like?
Mm.
And even if I cleared my throat, it would still come through in these crackles and the crackling. The old paradigms are cracking.
Mm.
Hence, there is a mammoth shift in the dimensions that we are currently living in. There's one master disciple stepping forward. He's very playful, wants to give me a high five and kind of tap, and it's like, we've been waiting for you. We've been waiting for the joy. And he's turning around and looking at his other disciples, and they are all collecting together. They are massive, like I'm looking up at them. And they want to acknowledge humanity for doing these mammoth shifts. They're saying that they know it has felt uncomfortable, they know it has been uneasy, and the uncomfortability is rapidly increasing in many of us. And now I'm on my knees and I'm crying.
What's
And
upsetting
saying,
you?
what about
Mm.
these relationships we are in?
Mm.
And they're just collecting around me. And they're saying that the master disciple is saying, it's okay, we'll all be okay. It's our timing of our deep-seated old paradigms and beliefs that we are breaking open and breaking free from. Hence, they're saying once again the way that our children are being programmed by these different platforms. They are very well aware that they are not creating togetherness.
Mm.
These platforms initially were designed to create togetherness, and they're not going to mention the names as they are wanting this transmission to go onto a platform that we currently exist within. And the intentions at the beginning were good. Now the intentions have become distorted. Hence, they're saying the crackling in my vibration of my voice and the sadness I am feeling. The sadness you are not the sadness you are feeling is not only for ourselves. It's for many within the collective. There's so much change that is happening concurrently. Hence, they are able to morph and become these faces in the mountains, like they're showing me, Julie, how they can literally go into the mountain and come out again, and slip
Yeah.
into the mountain and come out again. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yes. And because they're amphibian, how do they then live in the airspace?
They're saying they have gills and they breathe. And they breathe. They
Yeah,
are
but that
able
usually
to,
happens underwater.
yes, yet they are showing me and us, they're saying that you are learning patience in life as you have such a high intellectual mind space. So they're showing me that as they were morphing into the rock face
Mm.
and coming out, they are not of form. They are giving me the form of what they are like. They are not slippery, even though you see we have an understanding of what an amphibian looks like, what it feels like, what it touches like. They're saying they are different.
So they're like
Their,
shapeshifters.
yes, their form is leathery. If I'm to touch them, it's like a soft, soft leather. You know, when a leather has, over years and years and years, it has patina and it becomes
Mm.
soft.
Mm.
They're saying they're showing me this is what their bodies are like. And they're brown, and they shift into like different colors of the coral. And they're saying it's important for us to know that the coral is being regenerated once again in the oceans. So they're saying not to get stuck on the way that they are or who they are, as there are so many light beings at the moment these 12 disciples are stepping forward to show us, humanity, how important they are in holding space for us in one part of the universe, or one part of our land, one part of our ancient wisdom. Yet there are so many other parts that we are currently investigating, and will be finding many, many, many other ancient wisdoms that will be unexplainable.
Have they been there for a long time?
They have, yes.
So why haven't they showed themselves?
They have been to many others.
Yes.
Many others who are connecting into their vibration. They're saying that they are of a very, very, very high frequency. Hence, they have been waiting for us to catch up. And they're saying that they are showing themselves to others. Those that watch this will say, I remember, I have the feeling, I think I've been seeing these beings in my dreams. Yet they choose to rather stay within the rock face, as they hold space for the many millions of people who come and visit those mountains, as many, many humans leave, feeling that they are leaving their scars, their wounds behind. The sins
In
of
that
the
area.
fathers. Correct, in that area, yes.
So are they in other areas on the earth plane as well, or are they based in that location?
For now, they are in this specific dimension, this location as we call it. Many humans are coming here to be refound. They are finding much upliftment in this sacred space. And they are saying to me that they will soon be coming to Castle Hill. It is important that we create our spiritual quest. They feel it is important that Castle Hill happens before Hawaii. You know this, I know this. We have felt a calling. They will share the date in future.
Okay. So what's going to happen at Castle Hill?
A shift in time, a dimensional resolution are the words they're giving me.
So we'll do
An
this after
upliftment.
Egypt.
After Egypt, this will be a time of upliftment, a time of taking the energy of Source and putting it in to the earth. They're suggesting that you and I take a trip there, in an up and coming trip, if time allows. They're showing me one massive being who holds space in Castle Hill that is also in the rock face. It is a warrior, a Maori warrior, one of the shining ones. And they're showing me, you know how if a rock was to stand up and you would see it, there would be many different pieces of the rock to it. And they're showing me how it would stand up. We would feel its vibration. It is the protector of the light. It is a protector of Orion. It is a protector of the ley lines that are interconnected into Egypt, that are interconnected into Spain, that are interconnected into Colombia. Orion's belt, Jill, they're mentioning Orion's belt.
Yeah.
They're saying that over time, the format, the formation, the mathematical equation will be a different frequency. So they're saying as Machu Picchu holds much light, humans go there and they come out feeling different, don't they?
Absolutely. So many changes.
Correct. They're saying this is where we are being directed to so many different parts of our universal land. Not only here in this country, but many others. And they're saying thank you for bringing these shifts, as these shifts are important to humanity. And they're showing me this rock being again. We will find it, and he will find us. This warrior of light will find us. And they're giving me it's over 12,000 BC. It has been there for a long time. It is an activation of truth. This specific being in Castle Hill will help many to find the activation of their truth, along with the others that are holding space. We will meet other beings once we are there. Now they're taking me back to Machu Picchu and all those stairs.
Yes, those bloody stairs.
They said without the stairs accelerate humans to going up, up, up. And as you're going up, you're going into different frequencies. They're saying, think of it like a chakra system in the body. This is what happens as you're going up and up and up the stairs. They're saying it is important for us to know that the mathematical equations of many different light codes are now being activated to bring down the humans that are of the dark. Yet everything is of the light. Yet these humans that have been discolored, that have wanted to control many of us. So they're showing me, you know, a fountain pen, Jilly? That has well, they're taking me back to, you know, you have a feather with that, and you take the quill and you dip it in the ink.
Ink, yes, like an old scribe.
Yes, yes. They're showing me the old handwriting and calligraphy.
And then the newer fountain pens or whatever, they have the nib where the ink comes from.
Yes. I'm just asking them, what does this mean? They're saying, me too, I must have patience. They work in a different frequency, a different vibration. They have all the information to share. So they're saying, as many, many, many centuries ago, the quill that you had to dip in the ink and take time to write and dip again, take time, and they had only candles, which was their light. And then with a fountain pen, you can only use a fountain pen in one way, and then it writes smoothly, doesn't it?
That's right.
Yes. But if you had to turn it the opposite way, it wouldn't. It would be like,
Yeah, it
and it,
wouldn't flow.
yes. They're saying, are you getting the picture? Are you getting the
Absolutely.
point?
Yes, I did. Right in the beginning, I'm saying, this is about flowing. Yes, yes, okay, carry on.
Yes. So they're saying these are the two opposite dimensions. They're both in flow. Dipping the quill in ink and writing is a space of being in flow. One can perceive it to be in the dark, only a candle. Yet those humans were in the flow. They trusted the information that they were putting, because there wasn't typics that they could take it out. They trusted what they were writing, what they were inscribing. They're saying, give them a moment, they're going somewhere with this. The ancient wisdom is showing us, they are showing us, and the ancient wisdom that is being upgraded through us is where everything starts to be in flow, like a fountain. And they're saying a fine tip pen, not a fountain pen, a fine tip pen. So the flow of the pen comes to the tip. Yet if you hold the tip of the fountain pen, the ink will start to run out and it'll become blotchy. So when life is in flow, everything is in harmony. Yet if you were to force things and hold the fountain pen down, the ink would run out and it would be blotchy.
Okay, because then it's stagnant because it's in one point, it's not moving.
Correct.
It's not flowing. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Can
So
I change it? Yeah. Yeah.
We are. They said they just want to finish with this, please. Many of the powers that be are have-beens, have-seens. The scenes of the movies that we are playing out to ourselves are changing. The scenes are changing. The times of change are now. And they're saying, do you see how my voice has become clearer? So it is the movies that we continuously are playing out for ourselves. Are we going to get stuck on the movie reel? Or are we going to recreate a new movie scene for ourselves? As we can only be responsible for our independent, soulful selves. And as we fill our cups up, these are our cups, our bodies, our change is happening for us, not to us. And so much of what we thought we wanted in the past is not what we are wanting in our newest versions of ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you. That's great. The question that I wanted to go back to, or the place, I want to take you back to the tunnel or the tunnels. Why was it necessary for Nemesis to guide you or be with you through this tunnel structure underground, under the feet that the earth that we all walk on?
Nemesis is an instigator of light and a charger. So Nemesis shifts time. The paradigms of what we have once known to be true. And they're showing me the energetic structure of the pyramids in Egypt, specifically. So Nemesis is a holder of light. yet is able to shift time. And they're showing me, you know how when we have these transmissions and sometimes the screen freezes,
Mm-hmm.
that's what Nemesis does. He freezes time and then it becomes pixelated and then into another paradigm shift. That was why you were guided to bring Nemesis in today, to bring the paradigm shift. You and I concurrently are on a different paradigm shift. We are not understanding it right now, yet it will all show itself within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So we are being asked to be patient.
Yeah. How long have these structures of all this tunnel system been underground? They look so ancient, but
Millions,
so technologically advanced.
correct, millions and millions of years.
Mm.
Millions.
And
Way
who
before
put them there?
Christ.
Who put them in there?
We are partly responsible.
Yes.
They're just showing me different beings. They're saying that there was an evolutionary shift with Jesus, the Christ consciousness. They're saying the dragons have added to this. Aurelius. Dominus. Hercules. They're showing me the Parthenon right now. And they're saying it's important to share this as prior to Julius Caesar, prior to all the pharaohs, there were many undiscovered gods and goddesses. Many of them are being brought to light. So for those who are direct channels, for those who are direct mediums, they're saying, ask and you shall receive. Trust yourself. So they're showing me the larva, Julie. You know the larva of an insect
Oh, yes.
that's deeply embedded in the soil?
Yep.
These too were beings of light. Nature are beings of light. We've been misconducted in many ways, that we've only looked at humans as gods and goddesses. But even cockroaches are beings of light. And they could take me back to the larva. And they're showing me these different worms. And the eggs are starting to hatch. And as these eggs are starting to hatch, these different beings are redirecting themselves to be known. Hence, they say it's important for all of us to have patience in this time of change.
Mm.
The qualifications for the geologists to rediscover what they once thought existed does not exist in their language, in their light. And they're saying what they mean by this is there is so much ancient wisdom that will, within the next 100 to 1,000 years into the future, will be discovered around the world. Megalithic, megalithic, megalithic. And there are pyramids that lie under the ocean. There are pyramids that lie under certain parts of Spain. There are pyramids that lie under certain parts of Colombia. And they're just giving us the interaction of how these ley lines are all connecting into the grids. And they're saying, have you seen how vastly expansive the language of Spanish is? So they're saying, do not underestimate the wisdom of the Spaniards or the people who speak Spanish. They've been around for a very long time. And there are a few chosen ones. Yet a few of the chosen ones are still working with a vast amount of their egos. And they're taking me back to the grids. They're saying they know they're giving us a long, extended version of the answer to what you asked. Yet they feel it is important that we know how everything is interlinked. There is no color or creed that is more different or more remarkable than any other. We are all equal in the system within the light. So again, they're saying, be patient. Much will be revealed in time. You and I will not be around in our physical form within these times, and these beings will show themselves. Yet we will be in our spiritual form. And we will be helping these grids the way we're doing this now. Nothing will change when we decide to transcend back into the light. So not to worry, it's time to live our lives to the fullest. Each and every one of us, individually, collectively, are here to live our lives to the fullest. And if we feel like we're being tugged in any uncomfortable position, know that that is not your truth no longer. Hence the platforms, hence the way we've been told, hence the fairy tales of what once existed no longer is being constructed in this new golden era. Thank you.
Thank you for that. You know, people have mentioned that there are going to be 3 days of darkness, that sort of stuff. Does that mean that all our platforms will be collapsing?
Yes, like the Wall Street collapse.
Mm.
So whilst we thank you for getting this information out there, it is okay that whatever is lost is not lost. Please know this. This information coming through is where there will be parts of everyone that will be remembered in their fractals of their systems, of their souls. So it is as if we are planting seeds, and the seeds are all growing beautifully. Nothing is ever lost. It is only how we choose to look at what we are gaining from the insights that we are receiving. They are giving us more sight to be more telepathic in our connectedness. But yes, it is coming.
It's coming. So, in actual fact, I was thinking about that. What a blessing if there was no television or no internet at all. Could you imagine the people that would be holding conversations with each other, even in families that are currently just like zombies, where the children go off and listen to their stuff, and then different family members are on their devices or watching television, so connected to that energy system and yet so disconnected from each other.
Correct. And yet everyone thinks they are interlinked with one another because they are typing away. They are typing away. And yet the overwhelming creation within this vibrational body, this pillar of light, is creating this kind of frequency. It is not flowing like the fountain pen. It is as if you are taking dab, 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 quill, ink, 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 dot, 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 quill, ink, 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 dot, dot, dot. So these platforms, once again, we say, started out as incredibly insightful, connecting humans. Then they got lost in this. We ask of the humans to start playing games once again, start having fun. You would have to go outside and play ring-a-ring-a-rosies, all fall down. You'd have to find nature inside of yourself. Reconnection, 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 reconnection. This is the momentous change that is happening for the reconnection to Source.
Okay, so reconnect themselves to be connecting to the source that's within.
Yes. Do you
But
remember
now,
how we gave you us
yes,
swimming, coming up,
yes,
and then able to go back under as a little tiny tadpole? Yet a tadpole is resourceful. Doesn't look like it is. Yet it knows exactly where to swim, how to get into the darker parts, the murky parts of the water, to be protected. Yet as it starts to grow and grow and grow, it comes out of the water. And as it comes out of the water, it knows exactly which direction to head in and where to search for food. Frogs are highly resourceful. Yet they know that they protect themselves in the water and out the water, as they could be under constant threat. yet they are harmless. So in the harmlessness is where humans reconnect, Jill. When humans are not defensive with one another, when humans only see how fulfilling and fulfilled their souls are on their own interpretation of their journeys, nothing else will exist except compassion, kindness, and love. You humans are on to a mammoth change of letting go of your dignity, your pride, your stubbornness, and the walls that you have all built up. When one has a wall, they are looking on their device all the time. They are not wanting to use these portals to communicate no longer.
Mm.
The walls are coming down, like the Berlin Wall had to come down, like all these old monuments, these monuments of human beings that have been monumentalized, given the power. We are showing Michelle the big Abraham Lincoln statue. He sits there and he scans. His energy scans. And have you noticed how every monument is up? People have to look up to the monument. They have to go upstairs. We ask, what is the purpose of monumentalizing a human being? As you are all powerful, all of you. So we feel that everyone needs to have their own monument, build their own monument. And as you are building your own monument, you are the warrior of light. We thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, quite a few years ago, I was flying in a tiny plane from Christchurch to Wanaka, sort of like a 24-seater. And as I looked out the window, going over the mountain range, I saw figurines lying over the mountain, you know, and one would be an Egyptian, another one would be an Indian, there'd be all these different creeds and cultures and nationalities. And were they really there? How come I saw them? And what are they doing lying in the mountain? It's almost like these huge, massive giants just waiting to wake up. What was it that I saw?
The protectors of the land. Again, different beings holding this space, the integrity. There's been a huge amount of development in your area, has there not?
Correct.
They are wanting to get rid of more and create and develop more. So these beings are there to protect your land, to say, no, this will not happen. There is a term that humans use loosely. You either stay in the mountains or the mountains kick you out. As the mountains bring different weather on a daily basis, different seasons, 4 seasons in one day. And it is tumultuous energy. The energy bounces backwards and forwards. Hence so many humans love to live at the ocean. As the ocean flows, yet the ocean can bring massive waves of change. So those beings that you saw were there protecting your land. There are many different beings
Mm.
around the world that hold space, that wait, that communicate, as we are communicating through Michelle to you. We have been waiting patiently. We know that many humans ask, why are you not coming sooner? Why are you not helping humanity? And here we are. We've been waiting for humanity to wake up. We are the ones that are patient. We knew that this was a recoming of age. This was a redistribution of energetic imprints and downloads and frequencies and light codes that needed to be awakened by many different humans individually. So we knew long before you knew, even before you were birthed into this body, even before Michelle was birthed into this body, we knew that this collaboration is here to speak to millions. You have been told this, you have been shown this, and now the time is happening for many to receive the messages the way that they are being delivered through the different portals of the Jill and the Michelle. We thank you.
Thank you for that. And as you were saying that, I had visions of Egypt, floating straight back to Egypt. You know, all the goddesses and the gods and the power that was there, the wisdom, the incredible buildings that are, you know, stood the test of time. Why did that culture change? Where did it go to? How did it just disappear like that to what it is today?
Greed, demonic forces. As you know, we talk about the darkness. And there are two sides to this tiny country, the dark and the light and the dark. You step out from one side and you step over to another side. It is a very important part of humanity. Hence, so many are being called to go there, as they are able to feel the very different shifts that happen, the tectonic plates that exist in the lands. This is exactly what happens there. There is a vibrational shift that is continuous in this change of frequency for this specific land. Hence, you have been called there to shift and bring back the ease, the calm. It is a time keeper, Jill. This place holds time. It holds vast memories deeply instilled within your cells, within your DNA. So those that are being called to go back are the ones that are busy unlocking time and the purest of pure light already exists, yet the frenetic, chaotic energy of the greed, the dark, the stifling of the feminine, the repression, the suppression energy is what is currently being created for this change where the calm, the feminine, is equal and not suppressed no longer.
Okay.
Does this answer your question?
Yes, it does. And before we finish off, I want to go back to those tunnels. Why aren't humanity aware of them? Why don't we have access to them? These incredible technological tunnels that are running under our earth plane or through it.
You do. They are being discovered, as you are well aware, how you have discovered them. Your beings have shown you. And each time there is a transmission, you'll be taken down a different tunnel. Hence there is the Jill, and hence there is Michelle. Do you see how you are plugged into you and you are plugged into you? Yet as you are plugged in to the energy that is refiltering, resurfacing, you are being shown, you are being led, you are being guided exactly where they all exist. And many others will find these tunnels. They are being shown to those who know how sacred they are. It is as if we are playing a board of chess, a game of chess with you all. Who are the ones to knock over the king or the queen first? Those ones we are not wanting. The ones that are sitting and working through the black, white, white, black, black, white, white, black. Yet see the game of chess, the board of chess, as equal opposing sides. You have your pawns. They are not less than the king or queen, yet they have been told that they are.
There can't be a king or queen without a pawn.
Correct. So do you see how we are not for one moment saying that you are the chosen one or Michelle is the chosen one? We are making choices that are equally interchangeable to give the gift of the explanation of what is showing up and what is being shown, yet at the same time what has been underdeveloped and unknown is now starting to be known to humanity. Not because we think that humanity is deserving, because we know that the sands of change, millions and 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 billions and trillions and billions and trillions of sand is being shifted and moved in order for these messages to come through. Are you aware of that?
No, I just am being shown that little egg timer with the sand running through it and how you just tip it over one side and then let it run through again.
Yes. So if you were to have a pebble or a marble in that timer, it would stop the flow, wouldn't it?
Correct.
So every now and again, there is a stop of the flow, and then we shake it up, we shake it up, we shake it up, and then the flow starts to happen once again. And as you shake it enough, don't think of it as a glass canister. If you shake it enough, shake it enough, shake it enough, slowly but surely, the marble, the little stone, will disintegrate as well over time. Yet some hold the test of time. Hence these different, wonderful, amazing, incredible, high vibrational sites that we all exist in. We are waiting for humans to bring the shift along with our guidance and help. We thank you.
Thank you so much. But yet so many at the moment are unfulfilled within themselves and their relationships. What advice do you have for that, in order for that to shift?
Be the change you want to be. Be the change you want to see. No one ever makes anyone else unhappy. Only you individually can make yourself unhappy. And in the unhappiness lies a great deal of sadness. And as you release the sadness, the change happens. Yet what you are wanting individually for yourselves is what you get to create. So are you wanting a harmonious relationship where there is truth, where there's similarities, where there are many gifts that are being given to one another in time, where there is joy, where there is laughter? Or are you wanting to stay in unhappiness due to the way that you have been programmed to stay in it, because this is what you are meant to do? Yet your unhappiness is their unhappiness. Are you aware of that?
No.
Yeah, and their unhappiness is your unhappiness. You're both wanting happy, yet you're both feeling unhappy. And yet one worries for the other and the other worries for the other. Yet when one jumps out of a plane to skydive, they have one cord to pull in order for the parachute to come out. Are you going to try and pull the other person's cord first in mid-air? Or are you going to pull your own cord first?
It would be like having a man next door wearing a condom so that you don't fall pregnant.
Correct. Exactly.
It's not going to work either way with the one cord or that.
Correct. So you're either going to free fall and die without pulling your cord, or you choose to pull your cord and start to see life in a blissful way and create everything that it is that you do want in life.
Awesome.
Many of you keep thinking and saying what you don't want, and you get more of what you don't want. It is time to make different choices for yourselves individually. We will keep this as a private conversation, as we know there is more that we would like to share.
Okay. So we can have another private conversation with you.
Yes.
Okay, that's wonderful.
We
I
thank
just really want to thank you guys for coming through. Thank you for giving me the visualization of meeting Nemesis with those plasma beings of light and escorting Nemesis with Michelle through that subterranean tunnel to meet you in the mountains of Machu Picchu. Really appreciate this beautiful transmission today.
We are thankful and grateful to you. And we are thankful and grateful for the shifts in paradigm. The shifts for humanity are rapidly happening, quicker than the blink of an eye.
Wow.
What is it that you do want? No more, what is it that I don't want?
Okay, so just start really concentrating on what we actually want to fill ourselves up with in our lives.
Yes.
And getting rid of the stuff that we don't want.
Yes, rapid manifestation, rapid manifestation, rapid manifestation, rapid manifestation, rapid manifestation.
Okay, that's absolutely awesome. Well, thank you so much. And until we meet again, and we're also looking forward to seeing you in Castle Hill.
We thank you and we look forward to that time of rapid transformation. Soon, 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 soon,
Soon,
soon,
soon.
soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Michelle, if you could come back to your room, that's it. Yawning and stretching and opening and feeling fabulous. It's nearly 1:45, so you'll have a
Awesome.
client
Thanks,
at
Julie.
12. So how was
Yeah,
that for
good.
you?
Oh gosh, fabulous. It was so cute. Like I saw this little like I can't even explain it, like these webbed feet and webbed hands, like frogs, and beautiful, kind of like a collar that came up. But there was this beautiful big bean. You've been to Machu Picchu. Is there one like center point, or is there one point where it's just? I saw
Yeah,
this massive, massive being like on the top, and it just holds space, almost like in Rio de Janeiro they have that big Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Yes. So I saw that before I met them, and just delightful, so delightful. And gosh, Julie, there was just a lot of information in that, hey?
Yeah, yeah. But it was, I think, quite uplifting.
Very much so. And it's something I've been asking myself, what is it I do want? As you know, I keep saying, and I've been saying to my husband, what is it you do want? We always know what we don't want. We get more of what we don't want.
But you know what I really liked that sort of was like a click for me is when you said, ask yourselves. But I heard it in my body as ask yourselves,
Mm,
what do they want? So now we know that when you're in flow, your cells are healthy because they're
mm,
not holding.
mm,
So ask yourselves,
mm,
what do they want? And of course, your cells don't want to carry all this weight. They just want to like hang loose and, you know, and have fun and let all the organs flow and
mm,
everything going beautifully.
mm,
But I suppose when you having what you don't want and holding and not wanting to create ripples in your life or other people's lives, so you keep quiet,
mm,
close your throat chakra, close your heart to
mm-hmm,
yourself, and
mm-hmm,
then your cells become heavy,
mm-hmm.
and then you become heavy, and then you drag yourself around. So it's like just a little play on words. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, it is brilliant,
Thanks,
hey?
Mitch. Thanks, Mitchy Moo. I
Oh,
love this today.
I love it too, Jelly. Thank you. It's always such
So
a pleasure
good.
and honor.
So good.
Always
So
such a
good.
pleasure. And, just thanks to those who joined us over the weekend. I don't know if you've seen some of the emails, but it's been some real radical shifts from just being in the group, which was really beautiful, the information that came through, but just some really beautiful. And that's the thing, when we just show up for one another, it's so easy, eh?
And do you know what you actually sent? It was that like Instagram thing where you said join us. But I went onto Instagram today and saw messages and they're going, but where? Where do we join you? And I'm going, Michelle didn't even put,
That sounds like me.
here's my website. And
Oh shit,
I'm
didn't I?
going,
Oh gosh.
join Jill and I.
Oh
We're
shit.
gonna do this thing. And I'm going, oh my
I'm
God, that's
sure I
so
put on my
base.
web.
No, you were seeing there was no, I forwarded the message, but there's nothing for them to go to or where. And they're going,
Got
great,
you.
great, great.
Uh,
Where?
okay. Well, watch for the next one, guys. How does that sound? We've got to look at a date, eh?
But Michelle, there was the perfect amount.
Perfect amount, yeah.
So that everybody really got a
The
huge
bulk,
amount of time that they
yeah,
needed that question to be
yeah,
answered. So that was awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, it was just incredible. Oh my
So we'll do
gosh.
that again because
Yeah.
that was uplifting.
Yeah.
That was lifting the baggage out of the cells. You see, they
Yeah.
weren't holding after that because all those people that had those questions were holding.
Yeah.
So what is it that our audience is holding? Maybe that's the question they need to ask themselves.
Mm.
What is it I'm holding, and why am I
Mm.
holding it?
Mm.
What is the consequence if I let it go?
Mm. Mm. Because it may not be a bad consequence, it might be a good consequence. You
Yep,
know, we
but it's
often
just
talk about how
scared of
life shows up.
change.
Yes, that's it. How life shows up for us. And sometimes for me, I can't perceive the change. I can't see what the change is going to look like. I know that I want the change sometimes, but it's like, oh, like, okay, am I going to be brave to make the change?
Why can't we run parallel lives? Okay, this is what it looks like if I carry on like this. And if I make this decision, this is what it's going to look like. Then we can make the decision.
Yeah, but that's where the courage and the bravery comes in. You
Yes.
see, because it's easier to stay with what we know. It's also we think. So we
Yeah,
think.
it's true. It's just like the pain in the rear when you've got to even change an insurance company. It's just like,
Mm,
it's effort, right?
mm, mm.
But
So
I know I
true.
could get a better deal with another company because I'm paying too much for my insurance premiums or whatever.
Yes,
But
yes,
can I be bothered? But no, I'd rather complain
yeah.
about it. Okay,
So
my
true.
friend.
Okay, my Jelly. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for watching.
It's
Love you
fun.
all. Okay.
Lots of
Bye,
love. Thanks,
Jelly.
guys. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.